Hello, this is Benjamin with ARI, your website company. The point of this video will be discussing editing the primary navigation that you have at the top of every page of your site in the header area. To get to that navigation tool, we'll go into our left-hand menu, go down to Content, click there, and then go down to Navigation and click there. Now that the navigation is up, you can see the general order in which it's laid out. And just in case you're not sure what navigation we mean, let's give you a visual example. Let's go over to our website real quick, and you can see that on that navigation list, every navigation point that is closer to the top will be towards the left, and every navigation point that goes towards the bottom will be moving further to the right. Now there's two different types of navigation points. There is parent and child. So a parent link would be links like home, about us, and then child links would be like what we have underneath pre-owned agricultural, where it has Mahindra subcompact tractors, or if we go into pre-owned, it has Polaris, Arctic-Cat, Yamaha. Those would be your child links. We'll jump back to the editor. Now let's say that you just want to modify one of the existing links and change where it goes to on the site. Sure, go to that particular one that you want to change, go all the way to the right and click on edit. The actual link that you'll be changing is this one right here. So essentially what you'll be doing is you'll be using a combination of the search bar and any filters that you have show up on the left side of the page. And once you get it to the exact thing that you want your customers to see, you'll go up, highlight, right click, copy that address out of the address bar and paste it in there. The actual name that displays on the site is your link name, and then you have link target. You have two options, either open inside site or open a new page. If you leave it as open inside site, it's going to open up within the same tab in your browser. However, if you do want it to open up in a brand new tab, you can go with open in new page, and it'll do so. Pretty much the only time that you're going to say open in new page is if you are sending them to a site that is off of your own. A good example of that would be, let's say that you are going to be at a power sports show coming up here at an expo center in a local city next to you, and you want to lead to the information on that site rather than having to type it in all of yourself. Then you would probably want to use open a new page, and that way when they go to open that link, they don't lose your site, and therefore they don't lose their attention. Now for any of these that you wish to relocate, you can click and drop. And any of these that you wish to be, instead of a parent link, to be a child link, you can click, drag in, and when they snap back, you can see that they are child links. Now, one thing I will tell you is you can only have two different kinds of links, your parent and your children. Even though in here you can go through and do a stepchild underneath the child here, on your actual website, it will not appear. Now, another thing that I was going to go through and tell you is if you have something called MegaNav, which instead of just regular links like this, will use small, maybe thumb-size pictures in your drop-downs, as well as a description and be an active link to a page on your site. If you have MegaNav, there is a heavy chance that instead of using the edit navigation tool that you have here, you'll be using a combination of components and layouts to make that change instead. Now, let's say that we want to add in a new navigation link. If you want to add in a parent link, you can go to new navigation right up here. Or if you want to add in a child link, let's say underneath the pre-owned, you can go and hit plus child here, which we're actually going to do. Now, you are going to want to change from site page over to custom URL. Now, the reason that is because you are copying the URL of something that you searched off of your site. So change the custom URL and then copy and paste that address in there. Now, what would happen if you left it on site page? This would be for pre-organized built-in pages like contact us, services, events, galleries, things like that, pages that are already pre-built into the site, and anything custom that you're leading to, of course, will have to go to custom URL. And search result doesn't always work, so I tell people to refrain from using it. Now, for this one, let's say that we wanted to make this go to the pre-owned, let's say that we wanted to have this one go to all of the bass boats on our site underneath this pre-owned marine. So go over to our site. In our search bar, we'll type in bass boat and hit enter. And here we have one right up top. So if we wanted to lead to a specific unit, we can. If we want to lead to a combination of the search and the filters you see over to the left, you can do that as well. And probably for today, let's go with boats, and then let's filter down to used, inventory status, in stock. And now that should pick up any boats in our system that fit, or at least loosely fit, the search of bass boat. So now we'll go ahead and go up in our address bar. We'll highlight, right click, copy, jump back to our editor, and paste that link in there. Now we'll go ahead and click on save navigation. And now for this one, for the link name, we'll just say bass boats, something real simple. And now we'll hit save navigation, let that go through. Excellent. And then we'll click on the name of our business and run that publish changes. Once the publish goes through, which it just did, we'll jump back over to our site, go back to the home page. And then if we go underneath the pre-owned marine, we can now see bass boats. And I always like to tell people if they are going to set up a new link, make sure that you test it immediately after saving and publishing, just to make sure that it works. So bass boats. And then we can see it brings up the same results as it did before. Now, obviously this is not a bass boat, this is a wakeboard boat, but you get the idea. Now, because I don't actually want that bass quotes there because it's not accurate. Let's go ahead and get rid of it. So we'll go over to the right and click on the X. Yes, I want to delete. Now, a question I'll get from time to time has been, you know what? I don't actually just want to delete it. I just want to temporarily deactivate it while I get my inventory in there and then reestablish that link. Sadly, with this current system, there is no way to do that. If there is a link there and you don't want to add anything to it yet, it is just going to sit there empty until you do. But if you don't want to have it in here in order to prevent confusion while you are working on getting the information in, you're actually going to have to delete it, and then when everything is ready, go back in and do that process we just went over to ensure that it has the correct link. The buttons that you have up here. Children, of course, are the child links that you see underneath each one of the parents. If we click on hide all children, then you're only dealing with those parent links, and they do label them to show you which one do have child links underneath them. And then if we click on show all details, it opens up every single child and parent link that you have to show those details and hide details. That is about all I have for you today when it comes to navigation. Until I talk to you all again next time, thank you very much.